My name's James.
And I'm Sidoni.
Hi there. So, are you all, or have you ever been homeless?
Yes. I've been homeless off and on for the last 6 years.
Yeah. In this community?
In this community for a year.
And what gaps do you see in homeless services?
Lack of consistent services that's not religious based or discriminatory of people's current financial situations.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think the priorities are in terms of homeless services?
Well, make sure people have a place, where they're safe, two, to where, they can receive services to where, it helps them better themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Not to where it's just taking from us. It's actually helping us to better ourselves, giving us instead of a handout, a hand up. Allowing us to do better with ourselves or make better decisions.
Mm-hmm. And do you find those types of services in this community?
Nope.
Not at all?
Other than here.
Where's here?
PIPE.
What does PIPE stand for? I'm putting you on the
no
spot.
Idea.
It stands
I just
for
read that pamphlet you gave me.
Helping, caring, and loving.
It means helping, caring, and loving.
That's what I think.
It stands for Partners in Prevention Education. But you're right, it's about caring and loving and providing safe space. So, do you think that, what do you think low barrier shelter should look like in this community?
What do you mean by low barrier shelter?
Well, what would you mean by low barrier shelter?
Maybe not having enough resources to provide to those that are in need. Just for having a facility or a shelter that ain't getting support from its community.
And do you think that it needs to be overnight, during the day, both?
I think it should be allowed, both, because some people may work at night, some people may have jobs at night, or insomniacs, people who have mental illnesses are not able to sleep at night sometimes. And, they're not able to sleep at night, then during the day they walk around and it just causes problems, I guess.
Mm-hmm. What type of, or what brings you to PIPE?
It's a place where I can, I don't know, from what I'm coming to find, it's a place that actually cares about our situations out here. That they actually not only care about what it is that goes on with us, but they want to be a part of it. Actually care about us being out here. Trying to make it better.
And we feel safe and comforted here.
Yep.
How so?
I don't know, it's just enclosed and not really blown up, not, no drugs, no alcohol, things like that,
No, just how you handle the law. You made contact with the law where we didn't have to. And that is different than at the other shelters. They don't do that.
Go talk to law enforcement?
Well, yeah, they allow law enforcement just to come in and engage the people they're talking to. They don't intercede at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to be private property, or it's supposed to be, a sanctioned environment when it's not. Law enforcement just walks right up in there and just engages in activities or conversations with people without the staff of the shelter or the place that it is interceding, which I think they should. At least find out why they're there.
So when you come here, what do you do here?
Eat.
And relax.
Get out of the weather.
Relax.
Get out of the cold.
And kind of, and I don't know, for me, starting to stay current and what is surrounded, what, I don't know what's going on in the community, I guess. Trying to care now, I don't know, I feel that I'm trying to do a better influence of setting a good example for the younger people. And by showing them to use the resources and stuff instead of just taking for people, becoming a part of it, maybe even volunteering, I don't know. I'm liking what I see with the organization that I do.
Well, great. So that gives me the opportunity to say that we're named Partners in Prevention on purpose, that it's about partnering. It's not about just providing for, but it's doing with, in partnership with folks.
That's awesome.
So anything that you would like the powers to be to know about PIPE or services or what's needed in this community?
Need more money.
For what?
So we have better resources.
And what do you mean by better?
Well, y'all can give better. I mean, your hours would be one. I mean, only open now what? I remember y'all used to be open 7 days a week, 6 days a week?
Yeah.
6 days, yeah.
And then now you're only open, what, 2 days a week?
Limited hours or
Very limited hours on that, too.
by appointment only right now.
Yep.
Yeah, that sucks.
But yeah, you got the Union Gospel Mission, which terrorizes its clients. I mean, it's highly known for its confrontations with the people of the community. Then you got the Salvation Army, which is following suit behind that.
And their food kind of makes you sick sometimes.
Yeah. And, you know,
They're not healthy.
using those as disciplinary ways of governing one's behavior. I think everybody should have the right to eat. Everybody should have the right to shower. Everybody should have the right to do laundry and stuff. And, you know,
You should.
and it shouldn't be, but I can see if you're not behaving.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, if you are, you shouldn't be barred access to services just because of your gender or your age or something like that. You know, if anything, I think the younger people should be allowed into the adult shelters mandatory. You know, because being around a more positive, better influence instead of it just being around a bunch of young people who haven't lived their lives yet or haven't experienced certain things that the older generation's gone through. You know, but they're barred from being around that type of environment, so they have to be around young, you know, CYS and stuff like that. That's young people leading young people. You know, then you got people like, for instance, the Salvation Army's been around for like what, 6 years. You know, a lot of experience there. And they do help people, but you know, it's, I don't know.
It's like they don't try hard
yeah.
enough. Like they don't really care as much, you know, as they should. It's like a lot of us really are trying to get somewhere in life and like trying to get jobs, and there are some of us, you know, that aren't mentally or physically capable, you know, of that. Some people really can't help being homeless, and it sucks because a lot of people, you know, are rude about it. They just assume that we're all bad people or that we all do drugs, you know, and then it's not even completely like that, you know.
I suffer from mental illness being a vet. And, you know, I can't afford my medication, so I can't work a 9-to-5 job. And, you know, I mean, one of my medications is $800 a month. But I don't qualify for my benefits because I was, other than honorably discharged, for standing up against, you know, a officer who's using bad conduct. And, you know, because I was a lower ranking member of the Corps, I got discharged. And, you know, being out here, I experienced it all through to myself. I didn't have no support groups. I didn't have no help. And having to fight out drug addiction and then coming out here self-medicating and dealing with these things, you know, there's plenty of times that I would like to better my situation, though, but it's like, you know, most places you can't even find a razor or a place to shave without somebody trying to run you off. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it's different here than most places, that is for sure.
Different in Thurston County than in most places, or?
I mean, it's like I see the resources are there. The community definitely can contribute a lot more. There could be a lot more financial resources being contributed to small organizations, but I don't know. I don't understand why they're not. Mm-hmm. You know, and maybe it's just because, I don't know, going out on a limb to say maybe it's the image that the people that use this resource they set. Or, you know, maybe they don't uphold a good enough image to draw in proper supporter donations. I can see that, but they have to understand is that, you know, it's not really it's not the people that are well off or have a good sustaining job or who is financially secure or come from a typically diverse background, you know, that are in need. You know, it's the people that come from this type of environment that are in need, and this is the type of image that's going to be carried. You know, because that's all they know. I mean, some of these kids out here, this is all they know. They've been out here for 10 years. And they're only 18 years old. For instance, I came in contact with somebody who is 6 months pregnant out here on the streets, homeless, and she didn't even know any of the resources. I mean, I couldn't even imagine living like that.